Hi, welcome to this video. This time we're going to be talking about how to customize your syllabus. So let's say you've got your syllabus set up and you want to add images of your car so that they appear in the cockpit drill and controls lesson, so that when your pupil first goes and looks at it on pass right, they can see the actual car that they started to learn to drive in, and all the switch gear and everything is really familiar to them from their first lesson. If you take the photos with your iPad, make sure there's really good bright light available, and just also pay attention to how clean the inside of the car is. You'll notice that any minor dirt or dust will show up a lot more in a close-up photo than you might normally notice. For some photos, you might find it's easier to take them with your phone and then perhaps send them to your iPad, simply because the iPad is sometimes a bit too big to fit behind the steering wheel. Either way, you'll need to end up with the images stored in the Photos app on your iPad. So now to add them in, go to the Settings area, Manage Syllabus, and select the syllabus that you want to change. Once selected, you'll see a list of the sections and topics for your chosen syllabus. So for this one, we're going to tap on Cockpit Drill and Controls, and you'll see the revision text that we've already included within the syllabus. Read through the text to decide where you'd like to include your image, and then tap the Add Image button in the top right hand corner. If you haven't already given the app permission to access your photos, it will ask you now. Then you can select the folder and the photo that you particularly want to add. You'll notice here as well that there's also buttons for adding further text and also for adding new videos. You can now select the Edit button, top right, which will allow you to drag the items into the correct order. You might also want to add a welcome message to the start of the cockpit drill lesson, as for any new learners, this will most likely be the first time they use the Passwrite app, so this will be the first thing they'd see. Again, in the cockpit drill lesson, tap the Add Text button and type or paste in the text that you'd like them to see. You might also want to add in your logo, or perhaps a photo of you standing next to your car, so that they can see that the welcome message is actually coming from you. Again, just use the Add Photo button and select your photo or logo from your iPad Photos folders. Let's say that you also wanted to add the Blue Light Aware video, perhaps to the Anticipation section of the syllabus. Firstly, go to the Blue Light Aware website, find the link to the video and tap on the share arrow in the top right hand corner. Once the YouTube link is displayed, press and hold it until the options appear, and then choose Copy. Come back to the driving instructor app, select the section where you'd like it added, and then tap the Add Video button. You'll see the two fields, one that allows you to write in the name and one for the URL. Tap the field for the URL and then tap the flashing cursor to get the paste option, and then you can just paste in the link that you've copied. As well as customizing the existing lesson topics by adding additional text, images, etc., remember that you can also add your own new items. Let's say you wanted to add in some information about some of the more difficult junctions in your local town, the kind of things that might catch them out when they're driving around on their own. Again, we're going to choose our syllabus. This time we tap Action again and then Add Section. I'll call this folder Ones to Watch. Then I'm going to add a specific lesson for the Army and Navy roundabout. Now, using the same diagrams I've used in the lessons, I've pulled up the annotation that shows the point I'm trying to get across and then taken a screenshot. So that image is now in the iPad Photos folder. Now, I'm really keen to avoid teaching people test routes. What I'm trying to get here is give them a toolkit, strategies for reading the road ahead and recognising scenarios. Here we have an example of a roundabout that starts off normal, but then becomes a marked or guided lane roundabout as they travel around it. I'm trying to teach them things to look out for, so they can recognise and plan ahead for similar junctions they might come across elsewhere. On this roundabout, it starts off wide enough for 3 lanes, yet only the inner 2 of them are really used, unless traffic is turning left. On the exit we're looking to take, there's also a slip road for the traffic coming in turning left, which means that the section of the roundabout before it has been reduced to just 2 lanes. These lanes are marked, quite logically really, the left lane for traffic leaving at the next exit, the right lane for traffic continuing further round. I'm also trying to get my pupils to consider on many simple 2-lane roundabouts, they can often remain in the right hand lane until they reach the exit. However, on roundabouts with more than 2 lanes, they'll often need to be looking for opportunities to move away from the roundabout as they travel further round. If they just follow the curb of the roundabout as they have been doing so far, they'll automatically end up in the right hand lane. So they've got to have a target to aim for that will get them to where they need to be. As well as showing them reasons for this using the aerial photo, I also want to help them know what to look for by showing them the Street View image that I've also imported. There's a separate video that explains how to add these to your lesson diagrams, but let's say I've already done that. What I've then done is taken a screenshot, and now I'm going to add both of these to the pass-write revision notes for this topic. If I paste in the text that I've written about this junction by using the Add Text button, I can then add in the photos in the same way as before and drag them into place. Once I've finished these changes to the syllabus, they'll automatically be uploaded to the server so that they're ready to sync with the Pass-Write app and available for your pupils to see when they've completed these sections. A point here to remember with the text is that when you add it in, you might want to add it in smaller chunks. That allows you to move the photos into the places where you want them to be. Now, when recording lessons with your pupil, you have these extra lessons you can select from your list. You can build up a complete suite of lesson topics like this to really help prepare your pupils for their independent driving. You could even record your own video of you driving through the junction and also add it here. The more you customise the syllabus, the more relevant and engaging it is to your pupils. But more importantly, by using as many examples as possible and focusing on the clues to look for, you can really help develop your pupils' understanding of more complex junctions so they're much better prepared for life out on the road. As always, for any help or support, there's a help button in the top right hand corner of each page, or for more information, go to our support pages at instructorsoftware.com. So that's got your first bit of customization. All you need to do is repeat that process, add in all the various different photos you want, and that will then be synced and sent to the server so that your pupils can access it when they're going through via Pass-Write. Hope that video has been useful. Again, watch out for more, and I'll speak to you again soon.